bounces were part, not just the sound. But,
The balls also sound.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a percussion piece.
Was it part of the idea from the beginning that after you start you would go closer, or was this a solution in the movie?
No, it was a kind of undecisive aspect before the performance. I had the few versions. I had 3 versions, and this was the synthesis. So one version would be I would just be standing in one spot and shoot, and like, let's say, the process of aim and so on. Suppose it could have been like the practice of practice. But then there was also the other idea of aiming, having 30 seconds to aim at this far distance, taking one step forward, and getting 25 seconds. As I would get closer, I would get closer to the target. I also have less time to aim. So kind of a crossfade between the different parameters. One step, for example. Yes. So whatever numbers. If you want to do 5 steps, 3 steps, 1 step, half a step,
Okay.
whatever curvature you want to do it at. But there was the 2 ideas. One that's just at the same spot all the time, and the other one which is increasing changing the level of difficulty by going forward. So. What I didn't like about it was that it became much more noisier in regard to the performer. I did not want to give the performance so much attention in that sense.
So here comes my third criterion, the technique.
But here was the
very short technique of shooting.
Well, it is not in the glasses of wine I drank before, or it is the corruption of it. But no, I'm a lousy aim.
Yeah, but you can learn.
You are allowed to aim. You could get the ball on your side here, like that was a beautiful.
Yeah, I have
moment,
good coordination.
Like,
Doesn't mean I'm good at aiming.
it's still, it was beautiful.
Yeah,
You need Thierry Lafond.
it was very beautiful.
No, but in the rehearsal you did much better.
I did much better. I was so nervous now. And so
Never
amazing
drink
things
before
had happened.
performance.
No. Yeah, I even forgot to take my sweater off and have my concert clothes on.
It's all theater.
Yes, no, this was theater. I had this special outfit.
Oh wow.
I also brought outfit, but
Yes.
I didn't use this study.
No?
Can I do both?
But no, so the variations, no, the variation thing is in a way just a kind of a small joke, I would say. Like, I wouldn't take that too seriously myself.
And what is
At the same time that I wouldn't take variations in general too seriously either. Or I would take them with the same seriousness as I would take this joke. Which I do kind of take seriously in the sense that I can use it for this effect. No. It's not really the key.
An interesting thought when I think of the method of Big Ramato,
Yes.
because you are the beweger, what's that in the mover, the one that makes the move.
Yes.
So he makes a distinction between the one that makes the move and the one that is observing, the observer.
Yes.
So normally, the best position of the observer is to be the 90-degree position. So we wouldn't see the guy right there.
Yeah.
But you choose, I think deliberately,
Yes. Yes.
that the audience is here. So that means that the audience is part of the movement.
Yeah. Probably what I would have preferred actually is to have the whole audience sit over here and this be closer to the wall. One of the reasons for having the audience close is on the one hand of sitting amongst them, but also of having the higher risk of getting hit by a ball. And so there was these two reasons, and the third reason becomes of releasing the focus from the performer to the balls and that which is the structure of time of ball bouncing,
You mean the
light
audience
ball
becomes
bouncing.
target?
Finished.
The audience becomes the target. in a
The
way.
audience both becomes the target and the performer becomes the non-target. Or the non-center of attention, or
And
it,
if you
it's still there. It's not
And if you
this-
hit, the audience is released. You save the audience by hitting.
my slingshot broke.
Oh,
really?
Oh, that's it.
That's fine.
Ah.
I practiced way too much. it's like about.
And you didn't bring a spare one.
I did, but it's not in my pocket.
That's technique as well.
No,
All sticks.
I mean, I think sound-wise it's a little bit.
Yeah.
Sound-wise.
Why?
Because the two blocks of sound, I think, touch each other very nicely.
These sonority.
No, of having discrete sounds overtaken by gradually with a certain suspense growing up, dominating sounds.
What?
Hmm?
I didn't understand what you said.
Okay.
No, really. I didn't
What
understand.
didn't you understand about it?
No, again, what is this gradual? I don't understand what.
No, the air horn comes up gradually, right?
Okay.
No, it's
The-
a gradual. It starts.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it
nice.
comes.
Yeah.
It comes gradually.
That's good enough.
Out of just the kind of the generic ambience of small bouncing balls that go from heavy to soft.
But it's not really. It's not really a sound experience. You don't feel it. It's the audience.
I'm sorry.
No. If you did it in like a place, for example, you know, that it will a
Yeah.
bigger hall or with a certain
I'm not-
floor, you know, or emphasis this the ball sound.
Yeah, no, I
It
mean
could be a sound experience.
No, that's.
no, I think that's very puritist. But no, and that's not really what I'm aiming at.
Okay.
The puritist sound experience. I mean sound in the sense that for sure, the sling shooting is not excludable from this, and that is not a sound experience. It's not. I mean, it's for sure somebody aiming, somebody not very good at aiming also. But structurally, yes, the let's say the block of sound of bouncing balls, which is not just a slingshot, and is outside of the performer as well, and overtaken by the ultimate aim in this case.
I think the crucial thing is that the audience is in the front.
Yes.
So it becomes in the middle of the piece. It becomes the subject of the piece. You aim at the audience. We think you aim at the audience.
Yes.
But it's the release.
Yeah.
We
No,
are-
that's I would
It's a
say,
salvation.
that's where it fell. The audience should be further front, closer
Yeah.
to the wall, to have a heavier bounce back.
It's impressive. You don't agree?
Yes, it's aggressive. It's also very like children's birthday parties.
Yeah.
Like this bouncing balls, lines, some water splashes.
You also need a costume of clown, maybe.
Then it will be well.
Not massive
No,
rubber ball.
no. There's
Like,
there's no
she had
kids
to
here
save
after
her
all.
heart.
No, I was expecting much more.
No, yeah, it was
More violence.
It was very cute.
Tennis
Tennis. Golf balls.
Grenades.
More massive slingshots.
Yeah, and where the air horn is there. around
That's-
there.
They found that.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, I really don't know that I can think of so much to say about this piece.
Okay, but I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you obviously worked out a system and a set of rules for this.
Mhm.
and it obviously kind of malfunctions or not, which is not important, but I think it's not important.
I mean, the actual system did what malfunction was my aiming
Yeah,
and
yeah,
my
but-
wrestling shot.
First of all, how important it is.
This was
Yeah, but like we don't care necessarily about that, but assuming that you're not the person performing it, and you have, let's say, what degree of virtuosity does your swingman have to have?
But this goes into how the structure. So you asked about the stepwise, and I said it was undecisive, but it was one of the three versions thought of. So either to walk, to not walk, or to do some kind of spend half the balls there, spend the other half here, and then finally have the cheat escape, which was the synthesis idea of these two. To start there, spend half the balls, so I have 16 balls for female. Come here, spend the other ones, and then take, if I still missed, go all the way.
Or pick up.
And push it.
Or pick up.
So you
In
don't
this
have
case,
to-
I didn't run out of balls, but my slingshot broke.
But what, like, a similar effect would have been,
So
why would you not have an unlimited, like, what's more important, to have a limited numbers of balls? So, like, or something that kind of doesn't make this piece
No,
safe, in the
if
sense
I
of,
had-
like, you're going to aim eventually.
Why not 1,000?
Right.
if I had an unlimited amount of balls, I would not have stepped forward.
No, I'm not asking.
But you have an unlimited amount of balls.
I
But
know.
you can pick them up.
Yeah, so,
That was the fourth idea of shooting and then missing everything and then picking everything up again and shooting again.
yeah, but what, in the way you think about your system now after having tried the piece, like, what are we going to go for? Like, what would be? Assuming that your swing doesn't break and maybe stuff doesn't happen, does it have to end by the airport? Because now if you would not have cheated, like your climax, compositional climax would not have happened, not yet, like we just...
No, I would keep the air horn as the ultimate end.
So you have to have this in it.
Yeah, running, yes, more than running out of balls, for example. But I would happily let it go on for 6 hours if the aim is really bad.
Yeah,
With this, yes.
But you aim
If I had
more poor and more poor after 6
an
hours.
unlimited amount of balls or an unlimited amount of ball pickers, either one.
yeah.
Ball pickers would be okay.
How does it relate to the previous thing with the go to nothing?
Yeah, this I had a problem with. I couldn't really figure out what to do.
But does it relate somehow? Or not at all?
When did you think about this piece?
I thought about it a couple of weeks ago.
But does it relate
No,
to that or maybe not?
I haven't figured out any way in which it
Maybe-
relates. In
maybe
any,
it doesn't have
I mean,
to.
it relates in a sense that the stuff I'm working, but it's not really in any.
This one is
in any,
pointing, right?
not in any amplified pointing way.
But this one is pointing at one goal, the bottle to fall, and the sorry to go. Your problem now is that if you fail, there is no end.
No, there is an end, depending which, like the version of starting there, halving there and ending there, unless it ends before.
That's cheating.
Yeah, it's a cheat. It's a cheat.
Like
and
if you would be
it's a cheat
standing here
included
and
in
after
the
6
composition.
hours you would still miss, then
Then I would go. Then we would go on. They would go on.
there would be no audience.
No.
He doesn't
This-
care.
But you would be there.
I will still be waiting for the big
Yeah,
grenades
you
to
would
jump
do.
hard.
No, but I mean, it's focusing on this one moment, right? Is this somehow connected to zero or not? It's connected to one.
It's more connected to one than to zero. Both. It's also it's connected to one, but it's also a really you could
It's
see it
almost the opposite.
as a release, which means that you get rid of the one, because once you hit it, then you're done.
Yeah, that's
But I'm afraid that it easily gets a little bit too metaphorical, speculative.
One thing that is interesting for me, if I compare this with the zero pieces, is that because when you said that if you stay 6 hours trying to aim and hit the theme, that then the piece would fall out, that you wouldn't like the piece.
I
Is it
didn't
right?
say that.
No, no.
No,
I
it
understood
means-
this. That,
No, I said that that's what I would do if I had
You would
if I
say
had
yes.
an unlimited amount of balls or ball pickers.
You would
That's
just
what I
go.
would do.
and you would feel the same with the piece.
The same.
Yeah,
No,
like
I mean
you-
obviously I
you-
would not feel the same after 6 hours.
No. You would feel that the piece accomplished its goal.
Yeah,
Yeah. Absolutely.
of course, yeah.
I mean,
It
with
takes
3
6
hours
hours,
a different
uh-huh.
experience and that,
So you would stay.
but yes, for sure.
So then there is no. I don't have anything.
Yeah, no, and I was thinking, like yes, but then you have to play with like, oh, and then you run out of balls, and then the thing doesn't sound, so it's even
But
nice
what
or
if you hit
disappointing.
it the first time already?
Yeah.
That would also be a bit problem, no?
Yeah,
You have to
if
use-
it, no, you have to have somebody that's unskilled to the right degree that you can achieve a form of good
Or
taste.
you need someone that is so skilled that he can miss
They-
as many times as he wants, and then he,
Yeah.
it's also possible.
Did you think about
But
this?
all this just to achieve proportions of good taste, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think we need to make a master degree in how to.
Fuck taste.
Know how to practice a slingshot.
Yes.
Yeah.
To achieve the perfect balance for the piece, which is not pleasurable.
By the way, in building this, it's a legal weapon in Holland since 19.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
A slingshot?
Fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So did you feel like heightened with your?
Yeah, I was
Danger.
I was with a boner the whole time.
So, was it political?
Why did you do it?
No, it was a baby birthday party. What do you think?
So did you, how you made the slingshot? You cut it out?
Yeah, and I ran around town. This is made with gaffer tape,
Yes.
the pouch, and this is with elastic bands you get from the sports shop for
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
for a gym. Hardware stores don't have this. Only intersport kind of places have this.
And then you got a piece of plywood and you sawed out.
Yeah, I just went to Kavika is really accessible.
Ah, that's what you do with the.
Yeah, you met Casper. Rumors go fast. I'm happy
Basically,
with
you
that.
were
But still,
making illegal
but-
weapons.
Not only were yes, and I accomplished. No. No, so the plywood, no, like Kavika, I really recommend actually, because they had just have piles of stuff that they're just throwing away, and you can just pick stuff up and use their machines. I didn't even take a workshop. And YouTube was part of it. Anything else?
No, the dishes.
I have a last question.
Yeah?
That's not a question.
I have one more too.
You copied my question.
Yeah, sorry.